we on?
Yes, we on. By the way, great office you have, because I went around and you need to see this office. It's a great place to work. I mean, if I work here, I'll come here every day. Now I see why you always come to the office every day.
We have hybrid. Yeah, it's a great one. It's like a little museum, right?
Yes, I saw a lot of beautiful things here, like history as well. How the office, the owner of this place founded the law firm. How it used to be a lot of trouble in the past. and right now he's helping people in trouble.
Yeah. No, let's cut this. No.
How has it been like, being a lawyer? I think, how did you start? Where did you start from? What part of law did you start from?
Yeah, I started as an in-house counsel, as a legal intern, because after the graduation, we have 1 year of internship here. We have to do it to get the license. I started in a company and with the founder of this law firm that he has founded here. We started in Ataşehir, as you have seen the little office that we have. Then we moved here and I started with the consumer law, rental law, and everything related to retail business, labor law and everything. But then I went to a summer school in London, LSE, and it was about cyber law, and I was curious about it because during my studies, we didn't have that in university. It was something very new for us, even though it was just 10 years ago. It was very new. Then I, of course, continued to rental law and stuff, but I was eager to learn more about the cyber law. And then life took me to that path because in Turkey, 10 years ago, the data protection law appeared, let's say. And I was more interested in that compared to my team members. So I've specialized in IT law then.
That's quite some journey. And it's been like, say, over 10 years now, right?
Yeah.
How does it feel like being a lawyer for 10 years? I mean, that must be a lot of talking.
I like talking, but it was just like this, like a click of time, because I don't know. I was thinking that I will just study a bit, then work a bit, then study more. But 12 years just passed. Wow. I don't know how. Yeah, a lot of talking and reading, of course.
I think we've just jumped right into it. I think we need to just go back a bit.
Okay.
And just let you introduce yourself.
Okay.
Because I think we're going to have a lot to talk about today, being that you've been in, I need to read that because you've been in a lot of spaces. You've been in cyber law, legal, you did legal design, you're now in the AI space, legal tech, Ebru art, mindfulness. You're also a lecturer. Like, what's going on? Like, all of this. Do you have like 34 hours in a day? So yeah. So like, I would love to talk about yourself, introduce yourself, and then tell us how you survive with all of these things.
Step by step.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. As I mentioned, I studied law. Before that, I was in a franchise school, Saint Joseph, in Istanbul. So I was born and raised in Istanbul. And I did some of my studies, Erasmus studies in France, Orléans, during the university in third year. And here I studied in Galatasaray University. Then I, as I mentioned, went to a cyber law summer school in NSC and wanted to learn more. So I studied in Bilgi University IT Law Masters. And that was the time that I was trying to understand what I interested in. And I studied science in high school. So I think it's some kind of match to the IT law and my science background. And at some point in Turkey, the lawyers work very hard, like long hours, sometimes 7 days a week. But you cannot survive like that.
Yeah.
You cannot like continue. It's not sustainable, let's say.
So much of energy spent on trying to defend people and help people.
And you're always in the chaos, because if there is no problem, we are not needed, you know. So there needs to be some problem.
Does that mean you're always praying for problems?
Not praying, but it's the nature of it. So we are listening all the time problems, and it was a bit a psychologist kind of thing too, because you have to listen and analyze and pick up the legal stuff from all that history that they are giving you. Even though I'm just working with the companies, there's still a lot of talking going on, as you said. And I said, I love traveling and I want to spend more time in nature, blah, blah, blah. Then I found that I want to like play with the water a bit to calm, to flow. And that's how I found Ebru art. And it was also the same time that I started to mindfulness and meditation activities. And lecturer, I always have this energy to teach, to explain more, to like divide the complex things into simple parts and explain them to the ones who don't know. And in my lecturing part, I'm not working with the lawyers or jurists. I'm teaching to the professions, business people, basic IT law principles. So it's also nice for me to just develop my way of thinking and simplify.
You get to learn as well, because you have to like study before you need to like teach them. Like what level? 300 level, 400 level university students?
University students.
Yeah. Is it like
the first 2 years?
First 2 years. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. And that's like Üsküdar University.
Right now. But I worked in some of other universities too. It's just one semester, but it's like a compact of basics of e-government, e-commerce, internet law, the things they would need while they're working, like data protection, AI, all of that.
Okay. So I think before we go into mindfulness and Ebru art, like let's talk about the fact that right now I think you're focused on legal tech and legal design. So what exactly is legal tech? What exactly is legal design? What exactly is that?
Yeah, I was working in compliance projects about data protection, actually. And it was like a puzzle. Like you divide the company, you divide the law and legislation, and you just combine them. And then I said, okay, it's very, I need something fresh and I need to be more useful for my colleagues and for the legal community. So I came up with this idea about modern jurists, how the modern jurist should be. So modern jurists should learn and use more about the technology to like make it easier, the work and the workflow. Also, in order to have more time to reflect, to make a strategy, we need to just let go of some, let's say,
jargons, huge jargons.
Yes, thank you. I don't want to say anything that causes anything. So I was interested in AI, and legal tech means finding the right tools to implement to our legal journey to be more sufficient. So it's not just about the technology, it's also about the strategy. And legal design is using the design thinking tools to make a legal process more efficient. Like, you know, we are writing a lot of policies, like AI policy, privacy policy, terms and conditions that nobody reads.
Yeah, we're going to go to that. We're going to definitely go to that.
Unfortunately, we are writing them. We are reading them. And legal design is about finding a way to make it readable, let's say, for the users, more user-friendly. And to reach the audience, to reach the target persons, and so make the legal documents more alive, more in the business or in the life. It can be about a company or it can be about a government's processes too.
No, you just mentioned something while we were talking about trying to make policies more accessible or more readable to users. And honestly, sometimes I think that terms and conditions are like meant to confuse us. I mean, I'm trying to sign up to a website, maybe Facebook or maybe an app I'm trying to use, and they give me this long page of 3 pages of you expect the user to read that, right? So, do you think that it's done on purpose so that the user doesn't get to read it, and then sometime in the future, the lawyers can find a way to, out of any problems? Oh no, you didn't read that section, but no one actually read. So why do you think terms and conditions are that long?
It's like a reference document. You don't read the Constitution also, I guess. But
Yes.
It's applicable to you. So it's like the scope of the work that we are doing. We have to write everything. There's a rule book about it, like general terms, IP rights, data protection. So if you need anything, you will go to the section that you need. You don't have to read it all. But when you're entering to a country, you're also accepting the jurisdiction over there. So when you're entering to a website, you need to know when you need it. When you need it, you need to just search and find it. So I agree that nobody agrees before reading it, but still we have to write it so you can find it when you need. And my mentor, my boss, always says the contracts are like the family paper. Like when you get married, they give you a family paper, but you never touch it unless you're divorcing. So contracts are always like that. You never touch it.
That makes sense.
If you are not
until you're in trouble.
So it's also like this. If you don't have a problem, no, you don't read it.
I pretty much resonate with this because personally, I work in a software company, an accounting software company, and there are times when users have come to us about, oh no, I paid some money and then one thing happened, I couldn't use the software and stuff like that, and they complain about one thing or the other, and they want to like maybe say they want to sue us or something, and then I'm like, hey, I go to the policy section. I'm like,
you're ready.
But I think
underline,
which as a user I feel is unfair, but as a business, that's the way out for me because I don't want to end up in trouble. So the question would be, how do we make these policies more accessible to people? People can easily read what is really necessary to them so that they don't end up in an infraction or end up committing something that they'll be in trouble. And the fact is they did not know that was a fault because they didn't read the terms and conditions. So how do we, is that where legal design comes in, or how and how can it be implemented to make people?
Yeah, you get it really fast. So yeah, that's where the legal design intervenes. And yes, it's about understanding the users first, because in a company, there is a lot of people from operations, HR, IT. They don't focus on the same parts of the policy. They are not interested in the same parts. So first, we have to divide the users. If it's a consumer in a website, or employee in a company, or a candidate or something, and we should just pop up the right part for them. There are millions of ways of doing it, like gamification ways, or more like test quiz type of things. It depends on the culture and it depends on the users. But there is also certain jurisdictions about it. For example, consumer law focus on that, because when you are purchasing something from e-commerce, you have to see the price, and if it's like increase, decrease, something happened, you have to see it properly. So there is another regulation on it saying that, like in last 30 days, if you just decrease the price, you have to just write it big. But if we don't have a jurisdiction or regulation like this, and that depends on the council that is working with that company. So first we have to understand the user, understand the like problems, the breaking points of the user, and search some tools to make it more accessible to them. And that's where we are using the design thinking
Legal
models.
Design. Okay. All right. So that's from the consumer point of view. So if you're talking about now from the business point of view, so what error or what's a common mistake that you think that businesses make when writing policies for you, when writing user policies? Do you, like, you've been in the system for quite some time now, so what common mistake have you seen that businesses make when writing user policy?
I'm laughing because it's very easy. It's copy-paste mistake.
Copy-paste? Oh my God.
Everyone is just copying from another big company.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if you're in retail business, copy from Amazon. So during that copy-paste process, of course, it's not fitting.
Wow. So
you should read it.
Oh
At
my
least one person should read it. Or sometimes we are writing comments on the policies as legal counsels, and we are seeing the comments within the website. They just left even the comments.
The name of the website.
Yeah, the comments even. We're like fulfill here.
Ooh, wow.
It's written fulfill here because they know better. Even the one who puts it in the internet or website doesn't read it, so they just copy the whole document with the comments and everything.
Wow.
So the common mistake is copy paste.
So based on that, it does mean that companies just copy and paste policies without getting a lawyer to actually design one for them or to write one for them.
Most of them. Most of them.
I wouldn't want to believe that a lawyer would actually copy and paste and give it to the company.
That's also if the company sends it to lawyer just reads it and amend the document. And that can also happen because sometimes even there are some hyperlinks within the policies. And when you click it, it goes to another website. That means that it's totally copy and paste. It's real copy paste problem.
Okay. I don't want you to drop names, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying here. I don't want her to drop names. But are there like top companies that you've worked for that you think that, oh, this is a huge brand, they wouldn't do such things, that have made such mistakes?
No comment. I have to just keep my mouth shut.
I was just trying to get some tea. But anyways, you don't want to get me some tea, it's fine.
Okay.
All right. So,
next question, please.
So, at a young lawyer, right, who wants to go to legal tech or legal design, what thing do you think that they need to know first? What's that one thing that you think they need to understand before going to legal tech or cyber law? Yeah,
I think they need to learn how to ask questions. You know, because if you want to use tech and AI, you have to have this thinking about not answers but asking questions. If you ask them properly, you will get the right answers. And also, of course, have an international perspective. If you don't look globally, you cannot serve locally, I guess. That's why you have to just follow from LinkedIn, Twitter, and other portals that you're key into the international approaches of that specific legal process. But I always suggest at the beginning to work in the field, like in tribunals, in other like not only IT law but IP law, competition law, consumer law, labor law, litigation, everything that you can have be in it, because after that you will be specialized. So in the beginning you have to see them all to be have this broader perspective, and then focus on the exact part that you want to be in it.
So quite maybe this is gonna be like a tricky question. So is there a difference between legal law and then using tech in law?
The difference between legal tech
legal tech and then using tech in law.
I think there is, because using tech in legal business, it's just maybe using Word and Excel and PowerPoint or Canva or something. But legal tech is more about the strategy that depends on the law firm, depends on the in-house department that you are working in. And it's very important. By the way, this is always discussed in the big conferences about legal tech. If you are in a like international company and you are in-house counsel, you will have another strategy that combines all the different legislations, all the cultural differences. But if you are working in a specific, like for example, a law firm in Turkey, you need to have the tools to work in Turkey. Like we have a specific document type for our legal processes. That your tool must open that, and you must have this connection API or something with those local tools. So first you need to analyze the law firm or the council or the environment, and then find the right tools and then implement it. This is the legal tech. It's about strategy. But the other one is just
using PC, using
using ChatGPT.
So people people.
By the way, it's everyone is using ChatGPT. Okay.
To write policies.
But in privacy perspective, we cannot upload our client data. We shouldn't. We must not.
Oh, true. Like, because that could be a breach of privacy. Putting client data. So, like for example, you're on ChatGPT and be like, okay, our client is this, that generate a policy that.
Or just translate it in English.
In English, even translating in English. Because it gets the data.
It doesn't delete.
So that's breach of privacy. We put. A lot of experts have predicted that AI is going to take over most of the jobs. Do you think that the legal space is going to be really threatened by the advent of AI?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a huge question. We are in a very conservative community. Legal community is a bit conservative. Yes.
Okay.
Because we are not very open to new technologies. It may seem like it, but in fact, as we are working with problems, and we have to think fast, we have to be agile, so we have to adapt ourselves. It's inevitable, let's say. So I think the way of doing it will change. Like right now, what are we doing? We are listening to the client and then preparing some documents accordingly. And we're creating the strategy. And the document creating process is based on the drafts that we have, blah, blah, blah. But this part is changing. So we need to now ask more specific questions. So we need to still understand the client. That's the human part of it. We have to touch to our client's heart.
Okay.
And then use the right tools by asking the right questions. And because now we have this big knowledge, but we have to find the way of using it without hallucinations and everything. And this is where the expertise is interfering. And when we ask the right questions, then the human part appears again. We have to deliver it as emotionally and physically and strategically useful for our client. So I think paralegals may a bit disappear, or some paperworks that the senior consultants or partners are dealing with a bit disappear, but the more strategical thinking should develop. That's why, for example, while I was studying, I didn't study strategical thinking classes, but it should be now, because we will spend more time of doing those strategies.
Strategic thinking. So, so you said AI is probably going to replace a lot of documentation part, including user policies.
Yes, definitely. I hope the fastest possible.
Okay, so what part of legal tech or cyber law or law do you think that AI is going to replace the fastest? Like what part?
The repetitive ones, like the enforcement law. You are sending a lot of documents to the debt owners, etc. Or NDAs, like the same contract that you're sharing with all your customers and suppliers. Those kind of repetitive things, or the hearings list that we're uploading it to the systems and taking reports of it. Those kind of things really take our time. So I think, and also the things that if we are teaching it well to our specific AI, because it's not like we're using the general ones. We have to educate our own AI for our law firm, for our department, so that we gain more efficient work from it. And the repetitive ones and also administrative parts will disappear first.
Okay, so I'm going to just go right to the top of it, the top of the court. So do you think, let's say, for example, you walked into a court, you're trying to defend your client, and then you see no judge up there, and you're like, where is the judge? AI is deciding. So you have
that's very tricky.
So do you ever think we get that we'll get to the point where AI decides a case? So both parties argue for their clients, and then AI gets to decide. How would you feel about that?
Now you're into a huge ethic discussion that I will just briefly, diplomatically work through it. Even now, judges are using it. You know it. They're saying it.
Because AI they decide the case.
Not decide, but they have also repetitive work. So because not every case is so special, you know. We have the same things going on, and we have a lot of copy paste in decisions too, even copy paste mistakes. So they are using it, but
copy paste decisions.
Yes, because they are they are really the same things going on. We have thousands of lawsuits in the court.
Isn't that gonna affect the parties involved, because you're just basically taking the judgment from one and applying it to you, but there could be some uniqueness, a little bit of
that's where we interfere. We can use copy paste, but then at the end we should just adapt the lawsuit to the real life. So I think that has to be mutual, of course. AI should be used, but the final decision with the human ethic perspective should be added by judge, because even the laws are very defined. There is always this thing called the perspective of the judge that get the decision. Some of the cases don't need it, like I owe you this money, you will give me that money. We don't need a perspective in it. But in the criminal courts, in the other consumer things, rental law, so judge need to just put the final cherry, let's say.
Okay, so let's say, in your opinion, right, what makes a great legal thinker, right? Would you say it's curiosity, empathy, or engineering? Legal tech thinker.
Curiosity, I guess, because you have to eager to learn more about the world, people, psychology, tech, everything. So yeah, I guess curiosity.
Not empathy. So lawyers shouldn't have empathy.
If you're curious, you also learn more about the opposite part. I think curiosity just covers it all.
So
if you want to learn more about the opposite part's emotions, you became an empath also. So curiosity is, I think it's the biggest, let's say, value.
Okay, so let's move a bit now to the art side of your interests.
Okay, it's more relaxed.
You're a lawyer, but you also teach. You have a workshop, mindfulness, Ebru art. So, how do you combine those two, and what led to? Because I know there's Ebru art, but you combining mindfulness with Ebru art, like how does that play out?
How does it sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm practicing mindfulness meditation things for 8 years now because it helps me to calm and all the emotions, also all the thinking, that overthinking. and I realized when you combine it with nature, music, or art, it's more concrete. Because in the legal business, you're sending emails, you are giving advices, but there isn't something concrete about it. You cannot touch it. But as we humans, when we create something and see the last product, we feel more accomplished, more full. So, and when I started doing Ebru, even like a drop of color into the water. By the way, Ebru art is about putting colors onto the water, and with the pressure creating some reflex of it. So it's also very abstract and concrete at the same time. And I realized that the finalization of that product gives also me a fulfilling, and it changes with my mood. When I'm in a bad mood, my artwork affects from it because it's a reflection of inner self. And it's water, it's earth, so it's also nature in the tray. And then I said, and at one point during the COVID period, we had a guest with an instrument to our studio, and I was the only student back then. And he just sang the great song and he played it. I touched, and also I felt so happy that I was able to live that moment with the live music and create my art with it. So I said, okay, I will combine the breath work, music, and all those mindfulness techniques with Ebru art, so the people can see how the outside world affects their creations and how the inside feelings affects their creations. So with one of my teachers, we created this workshop. It had the first part, it's about listening to music and reflecting it to the product. And the second part, feeling an emotion and reflecting it, and creating a common thing. So I think being with colors, playing with them, and seeing your feelings on the paper, it helps like a therapy, let's say.
Okay, so you think that Ebru art or art in itself calms down the mind. Okay, so if that's the case, I'm going to be a bit controversial here. So don't you think that rather than, because I know as lawyers, as I'm going to mention a couple of professions like doctors, people that always have to be in the midst of like chaos all the time, most times they end up turning to smoking as a way of calming down, right? So perhaps don't you think suggesting mindfulness through art would be a better way of calming themselves?
Yeah. Yes. Great point. Yeah, you can use alcohol.
Yeah, oh yeah, those are people use alcohol as well.
But those ones just disappearing the let's not say neurons, but disappearing the way of thinking. But this is like more dividing the thoughts into some little thoughts, so it just flows with the water. So it's a bit different. It's coming from the heart, so it's not coming from the mind. So you just equilibrate the two with art. So I'm suggesting, yes.
Yeah, see?
Let's make art, not war.
And not war, makes art not war. And stay healthy too. Drink some water.
Bilgesu.
Okay. Okay, so this is gonna be a bit another interesting question because you know you're a lawyer and you practice in Turkey. You know what that means. You know what that means to practice law in Turkey.
Silivri.
And then you're a lady, you're a woman as well. Okay, so
Yes.
combining those three things, right? How do you think that has shaped the way you view law and creativity?
Yeah. How should I start? Everyone has a different motives when we're starting studying law. Even though you just want to work in fully commercial, you cannot close your eyes to what's going on in the world and in Turkey and to your colleagues. And I grew up in a very closed environment, but starting from university, I see more about what's going on, about mobbings and diversity problems and everything. And I have witnessed them a lot. And you became, you cannot stop being political in Turkey. It's impossible. Even though you look like a politic, you're always politic because we have this sense of ethics and justice within ourselves. And also it's about the general human rights that we learned. You are learning the theory, but in practice, when you cannot see it, it doesn't fit in your mind, and you have to speak about it, or you cannot stop speaking about it or acting about it. And what I learned from our Turkish values, like from our founding father Atatürk's values, that we are equal, but in order to keep that equal, we have to have more advantages for women. And luckily, we have a lot of women in the legal arena. But it's also a bit difficult. For example, when I started working and giving lessons about, giving like workshops about labor law to a factory, they used to say that, oh, there's a little lawyer girl came up telling us some stories about labor law. But when I switched it to IT law, the same type of people start saying that, you're young, so you should know better about the technology, so I will listen you more carefully.
So it depends on the industry that or the sector you.
Yeah, it depends on their look. If you're young, you know less. If you're a woman, you don't know much about the factories and all those. But if you are in the tech business, okay, you're young, so you know better. But it's the same person, but their approaches differ very quickly. And about the politics, we all work in the elections. I didn't study election law in university, but as I see that there are lots of going on during the elections, we cannot stop working on that. Pro bono. And I know that like I have like a master's degree in election law. So I know more than IT law in the elections, and so let's combine them. So I can say that if you are open to people, if you just open to your environment, you cannot stop being politically involved. And if you're a woman, you cannot just say, okay, I'm living in Istanbul and everything is going well for me. So I'm working with some associations and trying to do my best to serve them as from my legal background and also all the things that I learned, let's say.
So this is a bit problematic question. Do you think that lawyers in Turkey are being heard?
What does it mean?
Do you think lawyers' voices do they really matter? Do they really matter in terms of legal cases? Do they really matter?
Yeah, you go to a lawyer and a doctor if you need one. But if not, you just say, okay, they're lying and they're cheating, they're just talking a lot. But when you need it, you know that it needs to be heard.
Okay.
But in general, no, because we have plenty of them. So when you have something plenty and everyone is
being a lawyer,
everyone is just asking to lawyers some questions like it's nothing, and also doesn't give the real let's say, how do we say it, we in order to answer those questions we passed a lot of steps, but we answer them very easily, so the receiver thinks that it's an easy question, but we are just answering it easily, better than AI. because we had a lot.
Because I asked the question because a couple of times this is a bit away from this whole conversation. I have friends who have had issues in terms of this whole residency or stuff like that, and whenever they go to a lawyer, because maybe they get rejected, like people have been here for like 4 or 5 years, and then they apply and then they get rejected, and then they go to a lawyer. It never changes anything. It changes nothing. So
sometimes, you're right.
Like if I were to say like it's or 90% of the time, nothing changes. Once you've been rejected, even if you were to call 100 lawyers, nothing happens. So it's like that process when it comes to immigration side, nothing changes. Like whatever it is the government is going to do, they're still going to do it without changing anything. So that's why I asked that question.
Yeah, it's not my expertise, but still I can say a good lawyer should say, I can do nothing about it. That's the being a good lawyer in that case. Knows the process and say there's nothing
that can be done. Yeah. So don't spend your money on something that's anything.
Or find one and say, I hear that no.
Okay. So you also mentioned that you're also a sailor.
It's about our law firm's corporate games thing. We have a sailing team in Özay Law Firm, and it's about just relaxing. No, not just relaxing, but also about team building. So you can just cry out in the sea to your colleague and everything is fine when you just came to the shore. And Istanbul is a very nice place for sailing, and you look to Bosphorus and Istanbul in a better perspective, and even to the Princess Islands. It's a really good privilege. I think everyone should try
to sail. I know you invited me a couple of times, but I was never able to make it because it's always too early in the morning. And I'm right now, I'm still in bed.
Oh my God, like sleeping and having a great experience.
So between sailing, art, and legal tech, which one gives you the most escape from chaos in life?
Of course, art. Nature also. Everything related to nature, waterfalls and mountains and everything green and blue.
Okay, so do you think, let's say the next generation of lawyers, what do you think they will have more? Is it, should they be more emotionally intelligent? or be more, let's say, have more tech skills?
I think more emotionally intelligent, because tech, like AI and all the legal texts, should be like Microsoft Word or something. But being emotionally involved, empath, as you have mentioned before, it's how we get the clients. You need to find
my God! So basically, you all just hypnotize your clients and get them to
some spirit.
Okay, interesting. I might be hypnotized now.
You'll never know.
All right. So, if you could keep one thing, right, forever, would it be your law license?
No.
Your your Ebru art paintbrush, or your yoga mat?
Uh-oh. Yoga mat.
Yoga mat.
I want to sleep on it. Shavasana all the way.
Why?
I think I prefer chilling with my body in nature.
Okay.
Yeah, because Ebru art is also one of my passions, but it can change. It's the flow that I like there. But yoga mats, I keep my body till the end.
So you give away your law license. I mean, you're so passionate about
that's
that.
the first thing that I just said be okay. Let's pass to be
God.
because it's a material for me. I like to understand complex things and just
make them simple.
Yeah, explain them. So law is just a tool for me. But maybe tomorrow it will be aromatherapy or mindfulness or something else. I'm not very addicted to being lawyer. I'm not like Harvey Specter kind of lawyer. I just like to explaining things to the ones who need it.
Okay, so let's say, have you ever had like a case, right, that you said to yourself, right, oh my goodness, this could be a Netflix movie?
I did actually. How can I just anonymize and explain? Okay, yeah, I used to do more litigation. So yeah, it has a fun side also.
Okay.
Yeah, we have rental law issues. Even though they look very simple, they can be very complex and very important, because if you lose the case, the client has to be evacuated from it. And sometimes it's like big shopping malls or houses. It depends. And in one of them, and we go to the place where the rental space is. And in one of them, there was a mis-evacuation process. And I cried, literally cried, in the enforcement section of the tribunal because I couldn't find any option, anything wrong about it. But they were mis-evacuating the place. So I just cried and cried. And then I remembered to call my colleagues, of course, and they found a way. Let's not just find our way. How do we did it? But eventually, it wasn't evacuation.
So you won the case.
We won the enforcement process.
Okay.
But then our client just said, "Okay, we are evacuating it by ourselves."
After all of that drama,
all of that, and there was also there are a lot of problems during the process, but still we won the case, and it happened. And the second one that I want to just tell you about, it's one of my friends' case about not keeping the husband's surname. In Turkey, when you are getting married, you can just check a box saying that, okay, I will keep my surname and I will add it to the surname of my husband. But then the constitution and decision, some things changed. Now we have right to only keep our surnames. But the practice didn't change yet. So the woman has to go to court, and not without checking a box or something. After getting married, the woman has to go to court and apply and say, okay, I don't want my husband's surname. And it
I wanna
takes
keep-
months. And so during that period, you need to change your passport, license, and everything, and then rechange it again, blah, blah, blah. And we opened this case, and the judge said, I have never had that kind of case, so I don't know how to do it.
The judge?
And we are like, uh-oh.
Oh.
And he said, okay, we have to add the husband to the lawsuit too. We don't need to. And the husband is living in another country, and we said, okay, I will be the husband will give me power of attorney.
Yeah,
I will
to represent him, yeah.
And other friend is representing our friend. So we are like three classmates at the same tribunal, just like we're playing a moot court game.
Oh my goodness.
I'm the representative of the husband. She is there, and our other friend is representing her, just so that the judge will decide to leave the husband's surname. And it's normally should be just a check.
Now, yeah, that's definitely a Netflix movie.
Yeah, and not a good one, not a funny one. Let's say.
Wow, I would love to
not
watch
a comedy,
that.
But
Netflix, please should get in contact with Bilgesu Demirel. Do you think there is a misconception that people have about lawyers, and that makes you really angry? That people think, oh, lawyers are this. Is that the one? Liars.
Everyone believes that we are lying all the time. No, we are not lying. We're just not giving every information.
Isn't that lying?
We can just keep some information to ourselves.
Isn't that
privacy?
It's privacy.
It's privacy.
So it's not lying.
No.
Okay, I think we're just going to round it up pretty soon. Okay. If you could go back to your 22-year-old self, what advice would you give to her about being successful and being fulfilled?
Okay. I will start with the fulfillment part. I will just suggest myself to have a gap year and to try different things like travel and study and work. Then choose being a lawyer more mindfully, so that every day I would say, okay, it's not something that I'm doing because I just studied law, because it's something that I want to do. I just saw my options and I'm choosing it mindfully. And about the success, I cannot measure the success, but I can say being a freedom to choose economically, and being a freedom to choose any law firm or in-house job that you want, and not searching for it, means success for me.
How many people can actually attain that? What do you have to do to attain that level that basically companies are coming for you, they're calling for you,
maybe they are.
So yeah, because that's interesting, the way you define success there, like having the ability to choose.
Yeah.
Not like you're going in search of companies.
Yeah.
Companies are basically coming to you.
Yeah.
So what does a young lawyer, not just lawyers, maybe young ones in general, have to do to get to that point?
I can say language skills, like international approach, and networking skills, going to moot courts, associations, student workshops and everything. So you get more network about the field. And so they just suggest you that we have a position for you. And I really did it. It's not like hypothetical.
Oh wow, that's interesting. That's good advice, actually. That's good advice. That's good advice. Okay, so on the podcast, Random Chidi Meets, we always have this tradition. I stole this from a very popular podcast called Diary of a CEO. It's always like the previous guest left a question. Right? So you're also going to leave a question for the next guest I'm going to have on the podcast. So, and the question from the previous guest, you know her, from Christina. The question from her was, why are we here in the world? That was a huge question. It's a
Did
very.
you answer?
What? No, I wouldn't answer. I'm not a guest.
No, in your private life. Why are we here?
Why are we? That was the question that she left.
Okay, why are we here? I think just to enjoy and try new, let's say, experiences about being alive. Just to enjoy life as much as we can possibly can, and just to upload more information to the iCloud as much as
Okay. So upload more information to iCloud, Google Cloud, Dropbox, all of the clouds. Universe.
The universe.
So basically, being helpful to everyone around you, because whatever information you're uploading in the cloud is going to be useful.
Share.
So share information and not just be an island.
Yes, to feel, to learn, and to share. Yeah. And so I have to give an question.
Yes, now you have to give a question for the next guest.
So yeah, I don't know. I have to think about it, Chidi. Okay. And okay, what was the thing that you did best? Okay, I will reframe it. When you were a child, what was the most easy thing that you had that can be understood as a capacity or a talent? And are you reflecting it today?
Oh,
So,
wow.
For example, when you were a child, you were singing and everyone loving it, but you stopped doing it maybe, or you're still singing it, but you don't know it that you have talent back then because it was so easy for you. So what was the thing that looked very easy for you when you were a child, but everyone is saying that it was something like a gift or talent, and are you using it now?
I'm still using it now. Oh, okay. Wow. Now that question is actually hit me too.
Well,
that's a good question. That's a good question.
Can you answer?
No. All right. Thanks a lot for your time. It's been really interesting and entertaining. Learning about cyber law, legal tech, legal design, sailing, mindfulness, Ebru art, lecturing. I can go on and on and on. Like, you have a long list. And thank you so much for the knowledge that you shared. And hopefully we get to do more in lifetime. Because recently, you resigned. And now, and now you're doing your own thing. You're like a consultant now. She's Bilgesu Demirel. And if you need help with legal tech, IT law, she's the plug. I would say she's a plug. Okay.
I'm so happy to be part of this journey that you opened to us. Thank you. I'm so honored to join us.
All right, and also don't forget to go to our mindfulness Ebru art class, because you always do that as well.
You will not regret it.
You recently took it to London as well. Yes,
it was beautiful. Yeah, we are taking it to everywhere with our association, but recently, it was in London.
Wishing you success in that.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.